What is the look that your dad would give you when he was pissed?
Oh, let me think for a second.
While he thinks, I have a story.
Oh, yeah. Go for the story.
Well, there's a couple with his dad. I mean, there's so many classic bangers, but
you got kidnapped one time.
I got kidnapped. But the one that I always like is the dome with the chicken. You should tell it. He's better. I mean, it's his dad. So.
Yeah, this is just a great Midwest story. So every Wednesday, the grocery store by our house did a $5 rotisserie chicken, like a full-on chicken for
$5 cluck.
$5 cluck.
Yeah.
You know you're not passing up that deal.
Hell no.
So we went down to the grocery store and got like a $5 rotisserie chicken. And then she put it on my lap. It's kind of just burning me on the way home. No big deal. You know, the grease is kind of getting on you, 3rd-degree burns. So then it had like this dome over it that kind of kept in the heat.
I know the dome.
Yeah. So I got out of the car and I was young at the time. I was like 10 years old. And I was holding it by the dome.
It's probably too hot.
Yeah, it was too hot to hold. It was burning me. So I got out of the car and it just dropped onto onto the garage floor, cement floor. But it like dropped and it was like rolling. It was like rolling over like dust.
Moist, collecting
like super moist $5 rotisserie chicken just like over gravel and just rocks.
Like oil.
And I just looked at it like didn't know what to do. And my dad just like turns the corner and just like sees the chicken and sees me. And just you could feel it coming. He's like, everything you touch gets no. And I was like, I was like 10. I was like, I don't know. Sorry, Dad. I'll give you $5 on my allowance. I apologize. We'll never forget that moment. But
character building moment.
That is a great Midwest dad. Is your dad like that too?
No, he's really not. The defining characteristic of my dad is like just cheap.
Yeah, extremely cheap.
Cheap.
Kind of a Midwest vibe.
Midwest cheap though. I mean,
it's really cheap.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's different. It's an art form, though.
I'm almost impressed by it, honestly. But I'm too embarrassed. But you know what I mean? Like I'm 90% embarrassed, 10% I'm impressed with like what he's able to do.
What's like the cheapest thing that
he's done? Like he would. So my parents are divorced, and then growing up, he would go to Menards. So you get like rebates, okay? You get like one rebate per address.
Yeah.
So my parents were divorced and, I would split time with my parents, going back and forth to their houses. So he would double up on the rebate and send it to my mom's house. And I would collect it and bring it to him $11.80.
You were part of this racket.
Yeah. That's the thing. I got roped in. I was like, I better be getting some good bolts from Menards.
Yeah, I'm one of 12 kids. So my parents were really...
You have 11 siblings.
11 siblings. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's Andy, Charlie, Billy, Betsy, Maggie, Eddie, Mary, Kate, John, Emily, Nora, Bridget, Ellie. So there you go.
Damn.
Yeah. We did like a lot of home renovation projects at our house growing up. Like learning how to put tile down when you're a young kid is always funny because you get that glue seeping up between the tiles and your dad's like, what's the matter with you? And you're like, I'm not trained to do this professionally.
At least it sounds like your dad had like some sort of, like he could do home improvement projects.
Oh yeah. Did your dad not do them?
I think both our dads, they were frugal. So they tried to save money, but they couldn't actually fix anything. I know like Tyler's like car, his like bumper broke and his dad just grabbed like Viking scotch tape.
Like duct tape.
Excuse me. And just taped it like together.
Really?
Way worse than silver duct tape.
Yeah. And then my car had like a little piece missing from the headlights, like it wasn't a big deal. My dad just grabbed like seafoam. Do you know what seafoam looks like?
Yeah, I do.
And my car was red. He thought like, I can make this look even better. And he took a red permanent marker and painted in the seafoam. And it looked literally like I hit a deer. Like people ask me what I hit all the time. They're like, what did you hit in your car?
Because it was like rough and like bumpy and red.
It looked like I hit a deer and the brains were still on my car. And that's what people thought. And people are like, what's on your car? And it's like, oh, my dad just tried to fix it.
I mean, the attention to detail though with, getting the red Sharpie on top of that is pretty impressive.
That's love. That's when like Midwest fathers sometimes can't express love very well. When your dad does something like that, when he goes above and beyond and paints in the seafoam with red, you know that he cares about it.
That's how he shows it.